What's going on, everybody? All right, so we have this little special edition today. Let's get right into it. Topic of today is going to be James Gunn is a hack. That's it. No more excuses. Restore the Snyderverse and release the air cut. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. All right, so look, let me know if you hear me good on the chat. Just want to double check before we get into it. All right. So just a quick mic check. Just let me know if you guys hear me good and stuff like that. So hopefully connection and everything is working good. So we can get down into business and we talk about this. So there's four things I want to talk about today, and we are about to get into it. All right, cool. All right, so look, let's get this started. All right, check it out. While we wait for more people and all this, let's get right to the facts. All right, James Gunn is a hack, period. I don't care. I want to hear it. All right. When Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, WB, their stocks were at $77.27. Incredible. The moment that James Gunn has come on board, things continue to sink and they keep on going down more and more. I don't care. No more excuses. The fact is, James Gunn is a hack. James Gunn is a Trojan horse, and he's been sent to destroy and completely demolish DC from the inside out. And he's gutting it, and he's doing a fantastic job at it. Now, what has he been doing ever since he came on board with the Suicide Squad? That's right. He's been tanking everything, and it continues to flop each time more and more. The fact is right here. You're looking at it. This is the solid proof. With Zack Snyder, there's profit. The Snyderverse sells. Products of Zack Snyder sells. Everything that Zack puts out sells with WB. I don't care what you want to say. The fact is right here, is in your face. Don't deny it. The fact is that with James Gunn, this company is sinking more and more each time. And it's sad to see the state of this company, because for 100 years, this company has been running successful until James Gunn came on board, and things continue to sink. Everybody that comes and says, "Oh, well, Zack wasn't the solution, and he's the one that ruined these characters, and he ruined everything inside of DC." No, he didn't. Shut up already with that. Like, stop crying. Go cope somewhere else and go cry in the corner. Leave the real fans and what we've done here, because this is what the consumer wants. This is where quality lies. All right. When you have $77 a share with Zack Snyder, I mean, we're talking about years ago. Now it's even more, because look at Netflix. Look at the difference between Zack Snyder and James Gunn. This right here is solid proof. James Gunn is a hack, period. Now, if you get offended by that, that's on you. Accept the fact. Zack sells. James Gunn brings everything down and just goes straight to flop. It's ridiculous how some fans, the minority of fans that support James Gunn and want James Gunn, how toxic that they are, that they think that James Gunn is the solution. They think, "Oh, wow, I can't wait for this reboot. Oh, I can't wait for the start of the DCU." You can't wait. You've already seen and gotten a taste of it. How? The Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. That's what you're going to get with James Gunn and his shitty DCU. This whole reboot was unnecessary. We didn't need the reboot. But joke's on you. You know why? Because we, the fans, we will stop at nothing. And we've been on a massive roll. And this is where all these clowns come into play. And they see it. This is why they constantly keep on leaving me comments on my section. And if you're seeing it, yes, I am deleting comments. You know why? Because you're so toxic. I'm leaving the comments that I like and the ones that are okay. Even if you don't agree with me, that's fine. But don't come into my chat and try to promote and push and say that I'm wrong and that with James Gunn is a solution. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. Honestly, the fact is that I represent Zack. I stand up for Zack Snyder, David Ayer, and all of us real true DC fans are right here. Now, when it comes to numbers, the numbers don't lie. Look at what you're seeing right there on screen. You're seeing that with Zack Snyder is profit. But when you're seeing with James Gunn, it keeps going lower and lower. How low can you go? You seeing it right there. All right. The lowest, let's not forget, the lowest, and I've reported this and I've spoken about it and I've talked about it in the past. The lowest that we saw was in June to July in the summer, that they went to $6.99 WB. Let's not forget that. That's the lowest we've seen it till this day. Right now they're at 8, 9. It plays around, it just floats, but it continues to sink. And the funny part about all this is that no matter what you try to say, the Batman did not save DC. The Penguin is not saving DC. James Gunn is not going to save DC. How much more proof do you need? That's why we, the fans, have the power in our hands. How? Your wallets. Reach into your wallet right now. Pull out cash, pull out your card, pull out your credit card, your debit card, whatever it is that you use to pay, tap to pay, whatever. You, the one that's listening, you are the consumer and you buy and you support what you want. Are you going to continue to support a shitty company that doesn't give two shits about you? That's all on you. I'm not. That's like going to a restaurant, and like I've said it plenty of times, or going to, I don't know, a theme park, and then they recommend and give you what they feel is best for you. But you want to do otherwise. You are the customer. You want to pay to eat what you want, drink what you want, go and have fun and enjoy what you want because that's your money. And the same thing applies to this company. For years, we've been tolerating this company, but enough is enough. No more. Wallets closed. That's it. That's the theme for 2025. Wallets closed. We are going to send a financial statement to you, WB. And if anybody from WB's hearing this or comes across this, pay close attention. I've been telling you for a while. You think you can come and screw around with the real DC fans. We don't want the Marvel formula here. We want what Zach was cooking. There's a minority of people that don't like it, didn't like it, and within that same category, that is the minority that are anti Zack Snyder and David Ayer. Joke's on you. You know why? Because nothing has worked after that. Proof is with Zack Snyder, WB was making money. DC was respected. The brand was in a better position. Where is it now? Memes, jokes, the stocks are going down, movies are flopping back to back. That tells you everything. The fans and the consumers have had enough, and enough is enough. We are keeping our wallets closed, and we will continue to keep our wallets closed. That's why you have now all these little trolls coming out from James Gunn trying to attack and say everything that they come out. Pew, 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 pew. Go ahead. Our shields are sky high, they're thick, they're reinforced, and we're just like the Spartans in 300 together, walking united. And this is what WB, the executives, the stocks and shareholders, and the fake fans fear, that we're united. They don't like that. The facts right here in your face. You cannot deny it. The Snyderverse is going to make a stronger comeback once James Gunn's DCU fully flops next year. And all these projects that he's trying to announce and trying to get people excited, ain't nobody excited for that. What you got? 5 people excited for that? Meanwhile, you have a whole army of Zack Snyder and his supporters wanting and fighting for everything that Zack is putting out. Zack is so awesome that Netflix gives him what he wants. He's about to work on that project with that LAPD or whatever it is that they're doing. Bring it. What else is he gonna do? That's right, he's gonna be doing something for Netflix called, what is it again? Let's talk about that. What is it? Come on, somebody in the chat, let me know. What is it that Zack is going to be working on? Oh, that's right, the UFC movie. Oh, I'm not into UFC. I'm not. Am I gonna see it? Of course. It's probably gonna be like a Rocky type of movie. Who knows? I'm just speculating. But whatever it is, it's going to make money because we know that UFC makes money. It's all about money, and they're going to make profit with Zack Snyder because Zack Snyder sells. And this is what WB doesn't want. Oh, but joke's on them. You know why? Because now WB went and had to go get Zack Snyder back because they're like, well, Zack is selling. We want a little bit of that money too because now Zack is back to do that show or whatever it is that they're going to be doing with 300 for HBO Max. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we're talking about. The same thing with David Ayer. Notice how they've been quiet, but they did post that they're back. So if we're getting a 300, what is it, the series or whatever it is, and David Ayer is back, apparently, rumor has it, I don't have the picture right now, but I came across it yesterday. Rumor has it that WB is working on another project also with David Ayer. I'm telling y'all, things are cooking behind the scenes. Things are changing and shifting left and right. Don't forget that we have Pam and we have Mike working for us still and fighting because they support Zack Snyder. And thanks to them, we were able to get the Snyder Cut released. So you see what I'm saying? That's why it depends on us, the fans, to come together and keep on making noise. And we're making noise. There's no stopping us, baby. That's why these toxic James Gunn cultists, all of these hacks are coming out the woods like trolls that they are. Oh, what's going on? Oh, we can't let that happen. Oh, we can't prevent that. Blah, 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 blah. That's what they are, right? This is why we, the real DC fans, continue to send a message financially to UWB with our wallets closed. You thought that you were going to make another $1 billion with Joker 2. Ha! What happened? It backfired. That movie tanked. It tanked so bad that you have now McFarlane Toys trying to tax us $250 for a Joker figure with the Murray. We didn't care about that. I just want that Joker figure. But am I going to go and buy it? And is everybody going to go out and buy it? No. You know why? Because we're going to boycott you like we've been doing, and we're going to continue. Because why should we pay $250 plus shipping plus fees to try to compensate for that shitty movie that you put called Joker 2? You spent money on Lady Gaga. You spent money on all that unnecessary product. You didn't have to do that. You should have just listened to the fans and said, you know what? We just got off, what was it at the time? Suicide Squad with David Ayer. Of course, we got the Studio Squad version. You should have done a movie with Jared Leto. You should have done his standalone film that you have promised us. But what happened? Oh, that's right. You screwed David Ayer. You screwed Jared Leto. You screwed Margot Robbie. You screwed us, the fans, the consumers, and you gave us Joker. Okay, the first Joker was good. But then look at what you do. Joker 2, nobody wanted that. We knew it was going to be bad. Remember I told y'all when rumors were flying around that it was supposed to be a musical. And I called it. I told you. I was like, that movie's going to tank. And a lot of y'all made fun of me. A lot of people said, oh, you're just wait for it to come out and this and that. It came out. And what happened? Less than 30 days is already into streaming. I told y'all. I've been saying it. And the same thing I've been saying, it's happening. But a lot of people want to ignore me because I'm the underdog, right? But I keep it real for y'all. There's a lot of channels out there that say, oh, well, I keep it real for you, you know, and I'm here bringing you the news and blah, blah, blah. Shut up and just talk about what people want to hear. That's it. That's what I'm here, talking and fighting for the people. I get threats. I get laughed at. I get mocked at. I get everything. But I'm still holding that line for y'all. You know why? Because it's what I believe in, and I know it's the right thing to do. While you have all these trolls coming out left and right, they're so focused on being the way that they are. What am I doing? Putting this content out for you guys, right? And then you have all these other channels that are slowly shifting and switching and trying to jump on the bandwagon and try to go with James Gunn. Oh, but you know, I support Snyder, but at the same time, I want to give DCU and James Gunn a chance. Get out of here with that crap. No, it's either you're on Zack Snyder and David Ayer's side, which is the DCEU, or you are on James Gunn and whatever he's trying to build. I'm not part of that crew. I don't support it, and I will never back away from the Snyderverse and the Snyder community because this is what I'm here for. All right. When I used to have less than 100 followers, and you could go and see my videos, I was still talking about the toys, the merchandise, the movies, and slowly shifted everything. And look at where we're at today. We're about to be 1,500. What does that tell you? That people are still interested. Now, what does that bring me down to? That I will continue in 2025 to keep on talking and exposing James Gunn and his shitty DCU reboot that nobody's interested in. Like I said, it's a minority of fans that want that, but it's not going to get far. I'm telling you right now, Superman with James Gunn is going to tank worse than Joker 2. And it's not about the Snyderverse. It's just WB. You have screwed the fans and your consumers so hard that now not just the Snyder fans, you have all the fans in general because you have Marvel fans that are even pissed about it. When you piss off Marvel fans, what does that tell you? You've pushed the line and you've gone too far. Because people are even saying in Marvel, yo, you should have let Henry Cavill continue as Superman. And what's going on? Now Henry Cavill is doing Wolverine in the Deadpool movie, which is like, whoa, who would have thought? Remember when the rumors were going out, and boom, we finally saw it, and that's what happened. All right. But this right here shows you that WB is completely in the drain. WB, you need to tighten up, you need to wake up, you need to do what you need to do and restore the Snyderverse. No more excuses. It's not going to work with James Gunn. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not. I wish I could tell you that it is, but it's not. The fact is that with James Gunn, the company continues to sink and it just continues to stumble and fumble and just go low. That's what's happening. Now let's move on to the next topic real quick, just so you can see. This right here is interesting. I came across this, all right? This right here is facts too. This right here is facts. This reality. I'm hitting you with a reality check. James Gunn, this is what he said. This is quoting him. Remember, this was recent. This is within the past year or less, probably within the last 6 months. James Gunn said that superheroes are the dumbest thing that ever existed. Yet this bozo is running DC Studios. How, WB? You get what you freaking deserve. That's why your movies are flopping, they're tanking, and we, the fans, we will stop at nothing. And we will continue to keep our wallets closed. Say what you want, but that is the fact. Now, what did Zack Snyder say? Look at what he says. I must ride with my knights to defend what was the dream of what could be. Let that sink in. Just let those beautiful words sink in. I must ride with my knights. You're riding. You're charging. You're going into battle. You're going into war to defend what was the dream, right? Of what you believe in and what could have been. That right there, that's poetry right there. Come on. Zack Snyder and David Ayer should be running DC Studios. Wake up, WB. Wake up. But then you have this clown, this hack right here talking about superheroes are the dumbest thing that has ever existed. James Gunn. You got that running your company? No wonder your company's down the drain. You get what you freaking deserve. And that right there is the fact. You need Zack Snyder. You need David Ayer. That's quality right there. What? Peacemaker's quality? Get out of here. Nobody cares about that. That's trash. The Suicide Squad tanked at the box office. I thought that was supposed to be, James Gunn's work. Oh, but there's always an excuse with James Gunn, right? And his followers, right? It's okay for them to have an excuse. Oh, the Suicide Squad flopped because of COVID and the pandemic. Shut up. Spider-Man No Way Home made $1 billion during COVID and the pandemic. What's your excuse? That's a DC property. That's a James Gunn film. And it flopped. Nobody was interested. Nobody cared about it. Period. Except the fact. The fact is, nobody cared about it. Peacemaker. Peacemaker's trash. Overgrown men in their tights singing and just talking about perverted and raunchy jokes. Nobody cares about that either. It's stupid. It's pathetic. Bring quality back. Bring Zach back. That's why we continue to fight. What do you think? That you were going to go ahead and replace Henry Cavill with David Cornsweet, which we already knew because the rumors were floating around like in what? Late 2018, early 2019. And look at where we're at now. It finally happened, right? Oh, you think we're going to forgive and forget? Just like that? Ah, that's right. We got you, James Gunn. We got you. And you just laughed and mocked at us in that interview. I shared the interview. If you haven't seen it, go look at it. It's on my community post. And you will see how James Gunn makes fun of Justice League. He's like, Justice League. Oh, okay. So that's what the Justice League is to you? It's nothing but a joke. All right, we're going to make your Superman the biggest joke of all time. We're going to show you how your Superman is the biggest clown of all clowns. And it's been nothing but a circus under your, if you want to call it, ruling. Because you don't know how to even run your own product, James Gunn. Nothing against you. I don't know you personally. It's just your work ethics, the way that you quote unquote try to run DC Studios, you're completely lost. And your followers are blind following the blind. We, the fans, the true DC fans, and the real consumers know where the quality is, and we know it's with Zack Snyder. There's no changing our mind. We already know what's up. That's the fact. Let's move on to the next topic real quick. Here, another post. Very interesting. Again, quality over knockoff. If you look at everything that James Gunn's trying to do, he's just a copy and paste of Zack Snyder. Period. Look at this. You have the real Jaguar, that's quality, and it's luxury, it's elegant, it's amazing. And you have Zack Snyder under the Snyderverse and everything that he puts out. Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, and Watchmen. These are all IPs and products of what, yes, WB owns them, but work of Zack Snyder in his vision, in his universe. That's what I'm interested in. I don't care about anything else. I'm interested in what Zack gave us in the live action cinematic universe. I don't care about comics. I don't care about any side project. I just care about what Zack gave us in the cinematic live action formula. It worked. But the thing is that WB was so impatient that they wanted to rush it and be like Marvel. Until this day, they're still trying to be like Marvel, and they still haven't caught up. Wake up, WB. Wake up. How many flops is it going to take? How and how much more are you going to allow for your company and your brand to be completely an insult, an embarrassment? Because it is. That's what this company has become. And look at what James Gunn has, a knockoff Jaguar. Oh, here we go. With what? Oh, Peacemaker. They keep trying to shove Peacemaker down our throats. Haven't you guys noticed that? Mortal Kombat, it's right now on sale on PlayStation. It's been on sale multiple times. All right. And they're trying to push that woke game. It is woke. If you're not familiar, go look into it and you'll see why. That game is on sale right now. And notice how they've been trying to push on that Mortal Kombat 1 game, Peacemaker. We don't care about Peacemaker. We don't. I'm still not buying that game. Even if that game goes down to $10, I'm still not going to buy it, honestly. What else? The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad was trash. I can't emphasize how much trash it was. It was. And that's what it is. Nothing that James Gunn is putting out at DC is good. Nothing. So to the ones that are like, let him cook, give him a chance. I already gave him a chance. I gave him 2 chances with watching The Suicide Squad. It was garbage. I gave him 2 chances watching Peacemaker. I watched it and I rewatched it. I couldn't get through both of the second ones. Give James Gunn a chance. I already did. The same thing with Matt Reeves. Give Matt Reeves a chance. The Batman. Bah, 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 bah. Shut up. It's trash also. I gave it twice a chance. The Penguin, the same thing. I've just wasted my time. I know quality when I see it, and that's not quality. It's not good entertainment. Matt Reeves, all he's doing is just washing, rinse, and repeat what Christopher Nolan did. But he's just trying to give us his point of view. Unacceptable. As a DC fan and as a consumer, unacceptable. It was boring. I didn't like it. The Penguin, garbage. Garbage. It only looks good because they're using one of those a red camera. That's it. That's the only reason. Any bozo can go out and rent a red camera. That's the highest technology. You know, it's like almost IMAX if you want to say. Hell, you can even go out and get an IMAX if you have the money for it. And film whatever it is that you want, and you can call it quality. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because I've seen films that are fully made in high quality and they're garbage. And I've seen student films where I'm like, whoa, that's gonna be future right there. And it happens. That's why when it comes down to this, like I said, the title of this whole episode, if you want to call, is James Gunn is a hack. That's it. The facts are right here. It's in your face. You have creativity, originality. You have what people want. It's in high demand. It sells with Zack Snyder. Why isn't WB capitalizing on that? Who at WB fully dislikes making money? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Explain to me. In what world do we live in? Because apparently we live in a society that WB doesn't want to make money, but yet they want to copy the Marvel formula. They're so focused on Marvel, trying to be like Marvel. How do we do what Marvel is doing? Oh, this might work. Marvel is doing it. How about ding, ding, ding? No. How about you continue doing what you started and then you'll make probably more money than what Marvel is making? Doesn't that sound better? I think it sounds much better. See what I'm saying? You had Zack Snyder, you had David Ayer, you had Patty Jenkins, you have what's his name? James Wan. So what's up? And we were on the path to greatness. Because look, say what you want about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, but I give him credit for what he did. He brought back Henry Cavill during a tough regime, which was the Hamadaverse mixed and blended in with James Gunn because he was coming on board at the time. And The Rock was able to pull strings and do what he had to do, and he was able to get us Henry Cavill for that quick little cameo. You might say, "Oh, well, it was just cameo. That wasn't much." And if it was so much, why did the movie tank and did it flop and blah blah blah? Joke's on you. That movie didn't really flop compared to everything else that was before it and after it. That movie made money. Well, I think it made like over 600 million or something like that. So we were on the path to greatness again. Because remember, they did reshoots for Aquaman 2 and they did reshoots for The Flash, that it was supposed to be the last film, and then it was supposed to reset everything. And we heard early screenings that people were talking about before The Flash came out in 2023, that everybody was talking at the time in 2022, saying that they had saw previews and there was two versions of The Flush. And like I told y'all, right before we got the release of the official Flush, that was back in sometime this time last year, people in China were saying, yeah, Ben Affleck was in it. But right before it got released in the States, they took it all out because China's a big marketplace. And of course, we saw that with The Rock, they didn't allow Black Adam to be played in China. If it would have played in China, of course, it would have made much more money. It would have made a bunch of money. But you could see that there was somebody trying to prevent these things. And I'm starting to see and speculate that it probably was James Gunn. He was pulling strings behind closed doors that we can't see to prevent it. Because remember, he came out recently when The Flash came out, and he said that he didn't want to put certain scenes because he didn't want to give false hope for something that wasn't going to happen. That's why he replaced Ben Affleck with George Clooney in The Flush, and we got that ending. We were supposed to get a different ending. There was two different endings that we were supposed to get with The Flash. We were supposed to get one where Ben Affleck and the Justice League is stuck in a different time zone because of the multiverse thing with The Flash, that he screwed up the timeline, and Ben Affleck calls out The Flash and he's like, hey, come look for us, we're all out here, leaving the door open for Sunday Zach comes back, or another director, whoever wanted to do something with those characters, the door was still open. And then the other ending was supposed to be, from what I heard, that you see The Flash, he does talk directly with Barry, and it was something how what we saw with George Clooney, except that it was supposed to be with Ben Affleck and the Justice League. Because I remember, I think it was in late 2021, sometime probably midsummer, they were shooting reshoots because they had brought Henry Cavill, they had brought, Gal, they brought all these people back to do some extra shots that they were supposed to be included in The Flash. All that footage is sitting somewhere in a vault of WB. And what happened? Oh, that's right. James Gunn came on board. He changed everything just for his little narrative. And we got what we got, a mess. It was completely a mess. And look at how bad it is. Don't forget. Remember, James Gunn was talking down and saying he didn't like Michael Keaton as Batman. And then he made fun of Jack Nicholson's Joker and all that stuff. So it all fits into this whole theory of James Gunn just doesn't want anything else to interfere with his stuff. Because think about this. Let's just look at the logic real quick. He doesn't like Michael Keaton. He think it's completely dumb, and then you have this that it completely proves to you that he's like superheroes are the dumbest thing that ever existed. So come on, let's put it together. He doesn't like nothing with Zack Snyder. He's just envious of him. All the facts are there. In the end, James Gunn is just so focused on how he can try to be Zack Snyder, a copy and paste, but try to improve it. It didn't work with the Suicide Squad because instead of us getting Suicide Squad 2, what did WB do? Go ahead, do a little soft reboot because let's add the Suicide Squad. And what happens next? We get Peacemaker. An unknown character got introduced in the Suicide Squad. How come he gets the crossover and he gets to make it? How come Amanda Waller gets to? And that's from David Ayer. If it wasn't for David Ayer, James Gunn wouldn't have that. See what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of things that he's just picking and choosing who stays and who goes. And then everything else after that continues to flop. Nothing is making money. Get back to Aquaman 2. It made a little bit of money compared to the other flops that they made between, Black Adam and stuff. But still wasn't enough. And notice how James Gunn didn't even really promote it. He didn't even push it. And it was so small, the premiere, that it was embarrassment. I was like, come on, that's how you guys are gonna end if you want to say the Snyderverse, but we know it's not done. And we know it's gonna come back. And then all of a sudden, now, oh wow, we're moving forward with James Gunn's DCU. So okay, so we're gonna move forward with flops, right? That's good for business, ridiculous. And I've been calling it, I've been saying it for a while. If you've been following me, you know what I'm about to say. With this whole reboot, WB is going to try to sugarcoat the flops. And they're going to try to say, hey, it's okay that it flopped. It's the start. It's a new beginning. All the excuses are going to come out for us, the fans, to try to accept, well, it wasn't that bad. It's the start of something new. So everybody can try to blame Zach. Oh, but because of Zach, he ruined it and blah, blah, blah. The same lame excuses, right? No. We know what's up. They're just trying to put a band-aid on a wound. It doesn't heal like that. So what happens now? They're going to try to push now with Creature Commandos. And notice how James Gunn's cleaning his hands. Oh, well, I didn't direct it. I just, I just helped out in certain things. And if it wins, watch how James Gunn's going to try to take full credit. Oh, but that's thanks to me because I directed it. The hypocrisy with this studio. The hypocrisy among them. But like I say, don't worry, because we the fans, they can go ahead and lie on HBO Max, on YouTube, and all this stuff with their numbers and fix it and stuff like that. But you can't lie at the box office because that's where we're going to get them. We're right now preparing ourselves. Very simple. So to some of you, including you, WB, if you're listening, James Gunn, all you executives, whatever it is, just know that we the fans are the majority. And I'm not just talking about Snyder fans. I'm just talking in general, fans, including the general audience. We see through your bullshit. We see through it clear. And we seen what you've done to us throughout all this time. We got all these movies, including Joker 2, to flop at the box office. You thought you were going to make your $1 billion like you did with the first movie and what you did with Dune and what you did with Barbie. So you're like, oh, we're going to make $1 billion with this, right? Oh, were you wrong? And what happened? We made Joker 2 flop. And just like that, we're going to make James Gunn's Superman flop. There's no stopping it because we hold the power in our wallets and we are going to keep them closed. That's it. There's no excuses, enough with the excuses. All right, let's move on to the next topic. This is something very important I wanted to talk about. All right. Apparently this came out. I came across it today. I don't know how long it's been out there. So Zach was asked, all right, would he be open to finish his Justice League trilogy in animated form? And Zach responded, yeah, absolutely. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. Now, all right, I'm just going to talk for myself. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But when it comes to this, even though I'm a Zack Snyder fan, I don't agree with this, honestly. I just see that Zach is just saying that to keep it neutral, to keep it positive. I get that side. But business-wise, this would not be good. Because if we're gonna finish Zack Snyder's Justice League in trilogy, in animated form, how about we do the same thing with James Gunn's DCU? How about we do the same thing with Matt Reeves? Let's give them the same treatment if you want to play that route. If you want to play that card, let's all play that same card. We have a card of ace, and it's called Let's All Be the Same. You want to go ahead and finish Zack Snyder's Justice League as an animated film? Go ahead and continue Matt Reeves, the Batman, Penguin, and whatever spin-offs they want to do, all in animated. And you tell me what uproar you're going to get from the fans. Do the same thing with James Gunn. And do all your projects the same way. Oh, that's right. That's not going to be good for business, right? This is why and I know a lot of people are going to be able to say probably the same thing. Like what Zach said, and I'm quoting him when he did the interview with the Russo brothers. What did he say? Don't compromise. I'm not going to compromise. Why should we compromise? Why should we sit here and say, hey, you know what, WB? It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead and finish the movie animated form. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. So for all you toxic James Gunn cultists that don't understand sarcasm, I'm being sarcastic right now. Zach is just saying that to be neutral. So there's no this or that. So nobody says this or says that. He's just like, you know what? Yeah, that'd be cool. All right. Like, in other words, like, yeah, whatever the hell you want to do, let's go with it. But we know that Zach is on our side and he wants live action to finish it because that's what we want. We want live action. You started live action, you have to end it live action. There's no and ifs or buts. And most of all, there's no compromising it. There's no, all right, we'll take it because I'll take it just to take it. Like some let me just say it, like some quote unquote Zack Snyder fans that say, oh, well, I'm a Zack Snyder fan, but I'm okay with, if they do it in animated form. No, that's not a real Zack Snyder fan. A true Zack Snyder fan that wants Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to say, nope, nope, nope. I don't want that shit animated. I want it live action. Zack said to the Russo brothers, don't compromise. So why should I go ahead and settle for less and say, yeah, go ahead and do it animated? No, I'll be lying to you. I'll be lying to myself. And I'll be lying to everything and every belief that I stand for. No, you're going to give me as the consumer, as the fan, and as a loyal customer what I want. And that's called live action. I didn't settle for less when you gave me the shitty Justice League. You brought in Joss Whedon, that's also from Marvel, and you thought you were going to make that Marvel money like they did with the first Avengers, right? You messed up, WB. You screwed yourself again. You can't blame it on us. We know what we're going to support. We told you don't be like Marvel. Stop doing that, and you continue to do it to this day. It doesn't work. The Marvel formula only works at at what do you call it, Marvel and Disney. It doesn't work at DC. It's never going to work. Marvel and DC are two different companies, two different visions, two different tones. How can you understand that? This is not Marvel. We want what Zach gave us. It was originally going to be everything in R rated. But all of a sudden, time has changed. And now what do we get? Deadpool. That's part of the MCU. And look at how much money they made with the R rating movie. And that's Disney we're talking about. So you're going to tell me now that Disney has more balls than WB, and WB wants to be like Marvel. Let's put everything in PG-13. Oh, we can't do that. You might as well just make it all rated G. How come you don't put James Gunn any restrictions? How come you allow James Gunn to do everything that he wants, how he wants, and continue to give him more money and fund his shitty work, but it doesn't make you profit? But then, oh, we have a problem when it's Zack Snyder and when it's David Ayer. Oh, we can't pay an extra 500,000 to get the Ayer cut released because that's too much. But it's okay for you to authorize and sign 3 checks for the Flush, an extra 300 million. For what was the other one? Blue Beetle, an extra what? 200 million. Well, you already now like that was that 500 million. Come on, man. And then for the Joker with the retakes and everything that they did, come on. And it's not making you money, but that's okay to move forward with, right? There's no problem there. Go ahead, do whatever you want. What's his name? James Gunn. But when it's Zack Snyder, oh no, 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 we can't do that. No, no, no. We can't allow quality here. but we want to make money like Marvel. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, WB. How the hell do you think you're going to make Marvel money? By doing what you're doing? Shazam was an embarrassment. The second one was from beginning to end cringing. The first few minutes, like I've told y'all, in the first 5 minutes, a movie could tell you where and what it's going to be. And when we saw in Shazam 2 how cringe it was, until the end credit scene, it continued to be cringe. It was bad. Blue Beetle, the same. It's an embarrassment. But that's okay, right? We can move forward with that. We can move forward with Blue Beetle that flaw. We can move forward with the Suicide Squad that flaw. We can move forward with everything that James Gunn is putting and is flopping, right? And then you wonder why your stocks are low and why your company is in the ground about to go bankrupt. Why you don't have money? Shoot. But then the Snyder Cut proved you otherwise. What did the Snyder Cut prove to you? That right there. The Snyder Cut shows you that with Zack Snyder, there's money. Look at your stocks years ago and look at where they're at right now. Big difference. WB wishes that they had their stocks at $77 right now. But right now, it's bad. It's completely bad. It's an embarrassment. How does this studio continue to function when they keep on throwing money away? That's literally what they're doing. They're putting money out and they're not making money. And then you wonder why things are bad in your company. It just doesn't make sense. Disney wouldn't do that. Disney know what's up. What do you think that Disney, all of that has caught up to them also? Both companies are right now stumbling. The MCU of today is not what it was when Zach was there. It was different because they were copying ideas and they were just changing it to their own style. The MCU is just a ripoff of what Zack Snyder created. They're dying to get. What would you do in Justice League 2? Yeah, you think I'm gonna give you my ideas so you can go ahead and create Avengers and whatever it is that you're gonna try to do? No, Zach is smart. He knows what's up. That's why Netflix continues to dominate the streaming market. You cannot completely say that Netflix is not winning. They're winning. They're succeeding. When you have Netflix with their shares over $700, think about that. Over $700 a share. WB is right now under $9. And Disney probably they're like what, like 200, 300. Still good money. But that's an embarrassment. This is what you wanted, WB. This is what you got. You wanted to do the Marvel formula. You continue to do the Marvel formula. And you're so stubborn in your Marvel formula. This is not Marvel. You need to bring Zach. You need to restore the Snyderverse. You need to release the haircut. You need to move forward with Zack Snyder. If not, you're going to be forced to sell your company. And that is coming. It's on the way. At the rate that we're going, fantastic job. I want to tell all of the viewers, everybody that's listening, you, congratulations. If you didn't pay a movie and you didn't watch a movie from WB this year and last year, congrats. You know why? Because that's what it's about. That's what true fan service and loyalty is about. You not supporting a company that doesn't care about you. That's like going to a job. You do all the work, you do everything, you're making them more filthy rich, but in the end, they just want to reward you with a shitty pizza party. Make it make sense. So you made all this money for this company, and in the end, they just want to reward you with 2 slices of pizza and a shitty Coke, right? It doesn't work like that. The same thing with you, WB. I'm the fan, I'm the consumer. I pay my ticket. If I'm not paying you, you're not making money. And that's what's been happening. When Batman vs. Superman came out in the theaters, I got a special invite during that time, and I saw it through WB. You know, they gave us a poster and everything. I still have it here. One day I'll share it with you on stuff like that. I still have the ticket and all that stuff. It was awesome. When I saw that movie, I was like, wow, this is a game changer. I was speechless, honestly. I was speechless. And when Wonder Woman came into that scene, I was like, damn, like this is a whole different take. And then the crowd was wild. Everybody was in the theater watching. Everybody was just complete. And WB was strict because they had all their people, you know, like looking over everybody so nobody could record to do bootlegs and stuff. So I was like, damn, they got it on lock. Now it's a joke. The movie's not even out, it's already bootleg. What does that tell you? The studio doesn't care. Why should we? Why should you, the fan, the customer, care about a company that doesn't care about you? Wake up. Wake up and smell that coffee. If the coffee smells sour and bitter, you're not gonna drink it. But if it smells fresh and you know that it's just brewed and it's like, oh yeah, I need that cup of Joe right now, you're gonna drink it. You know why? Because it's refreshing. It just soothes your palate and you're gonna enjoy it. Now you drink bitter sour coffee, you're gonna be like, you're gonna spit it out, right? That's what James Gunn is doing to us. James Gunn is trying to force us, the fans, to try to accept his version of what DC is all about. It's not about that. You can't just come to DC from Marvel and be like, you know what? I'm gonna change everything. I'm gonna do this like a tornado and just rip everything apart. And I'm gonna do it my way because my way is the only way, and my way is the only thing, and my take, and my, right? Starting to sound like the bird from that Disney movie. I forgot the little birds is like my. That's how James Gunn is. Oh, we're gonna do Justice League. We're gonna do it my way. We're gonna do Batman. We're gonna do it my way. We're gonna do Superman. We're gonna do it my way. Everything has to be James Gunn's way, and it's not working. It doesn't work. WB, wake up. Wake up. How and when are you going to realize that the fans have been right all along? We've been for years telling you we want the Snyderverse restored. Give us the air cut. Include us in your projects. Don't just treat us and put us to the side. You know what you do when you do that? You're just making us even more. Just, okay, we got you. We're not going to forgive and we're not going to forget. 2025, when James Gunn's Superman comes on the theaters, we're going to do the massive boycott that they're going to be rethinking why did they replace Henry Cavill. WB is worried right now. I've posted videos about that. Go watch them if you haven't. WB should be scared, should be worried, should be nervous, should be in fear. Those investors should be panicking right now. You know why? Because you're not going to make back the money that you're spending on it. If you're spending 300 million minimum, because that's what we've been seeing that they've been spending on all these projects, The Flash, Aquaman, Blue Beetle, all these movies, right? It's okay for you to get 300 million and move forward, right? But it's wrong for David Ayer to get, for example, 500,000 to finish the air cut. You see the big difference? There's a big difference in number. 500,000, for example, compared to 300 million, and then you don't approve of David Ayer, but you approve of James Gunn. What movie from James Gunn here at WB has made money? Tell me. Please tell me. Anybody in the chat, please tell me with facts how many movies James Gunn has put to this day under his leadership, starting with the Suicide Squad, that has made $1 billion. And Joker 1 doesn't count. None. Because Joker 1 was already in production under the Hamadaverse before James Gunn fully came on board. So don't come and try to play that card and say, oh, well, Joker 1. No. You got Joker 2, but you didn't get Joker 1. You see what I'm saying? It's not working. WB, you really need to analyze your situation. Your company is on the brink, literally on the edge of bankruptcy. You made Barbie and you got $1 billion. You made, I think what, Dune 2? I think you made it $1 billion. So you got $2 billion right now. Why aren't you putting out quality like that? See what I'm saying? But then when James Gunn puts out something, he gets everything. He's approved for everything. No problem. And that's fine. It's crazy. It's completely crazy. This is why the fans, we've come together and we will continue this massive boycott and we will stop at nothing. And you know it. WB, you know it. You know that the majority of your fans continue to ask and demand for the Snyderverse. If it wasn't like that, then why you keep on putting out figures, toys, merchandise of a quote unquote dead universe? But how come those things sell out in minutes? In minutes, they sell out. But how come with James Gunn, nothing sells out? Everything goes straight to clearance. Everything. Go to Walmart in the $5 bin, especially now for Black Friday coming up this week. What you're gonna see overstock? Everything from James Gunn with the Suicide Squad, with the movie, and the toys. Because it's at my local Walmart, and I've put a video on it. That shit's overstocked in the clearance aisle, and it still doesn't sell. People don't want it. It's bad, like Star Wars, what it's become. People don't care about it. See what I'm saying? I like that comment. Becoming the king of flops. Exactly. That's what James Gunn is becoming, the king of flops. That's what his new name should be. James Gunn the hack, the king of flops. It's crazy. It's crazy. But then it's a problem when Zack Snyder wants to do quality, right? But then guess what? When Netflix tells Zack, hey, how much you need? Here's the check. All right, do what you got to do. And he works with it. He makes it happen. How come with Godzilla 1, they had a small budget, but they made so much money? Oh, that's right. Because they had a plan and it's quality. That's why. That's why it's making money. How come all these projects that James Gunn is putting out is not making money? Because nobody's interested. But yet, the studio continues to give them money and fund them and say, do whatever you want, have fun. And every time it's another flop back to back. There's no stopping us. The Armada is ready. We, the fans, are on standby. Like I said, right now we're standing all us united with our shields up, our spears ready to go, symbolically, obviously. And we're ready to defend what we believe in. We want the Snyderverse. We want the air cut. You know what you need to do, WB. It's either you give us that, the fans, the consumer, your loyal customer, or the next step is going to be you better brace yourself and get ready because there's so many studios out there, such as Netflix, such as Comcast, such as Universal, such as Sony, that are ready, like sharks and piranhas, ready to start that bidding war to buy your IPs. The same how Marvel was back in the 90s when Marvel was struggling. You guys remember that if you're old enough. If not, go do some research. Back in the 90s, Marvel did so bad. That's why Fox had the X-Men. Until this day, Marvel is still screwed. You know why? Because Universal still has the rights to the Hulk. And Sony has the rights for Spider-Man. Sony's never going to lose. Let me repeat that. Sony is never going to lose the license that they bought for Spider-Man. And they know what they're doing. Even if they put out a shitty movie or a shitty product, because they're still fulfilling the contract. The contract is as long as you constantly put product, that's how they make their money. It's crazy. It's crazy. Marvel wishes they own all of their IPs, but they don't because they still have to pay a percentage to Sony for utilizing Spider-Man in the cinematic universe, whatever it is. It's just the live action version. That's where they have to pay Sony because they need the license. Crazy, huh? You own that character, but you don't own it. You have to pay you have to pay another company to allow you to use your own character. Makes no sense. But then you have DC, WB, that owns Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and they have no clue what to do with them. Have no idea. Have none. But they allowed this clown, James Gunn, who says superheroes are the dumbest things that ever existed. But he's allowed to run your studio? Make it make sense. You have somebody that's down, that's giving you quality, that had a different vision, that was a whole different tone with Zack Snyder. You have his fans. You have David Ayer. You have their fans. It continues to grow every time more and more. But you don't want to move forward with that. Makes no sense. And then you wonder why your company is down the drain. This is why. See the difference? See the difference, WB? This is why your company is flopping. You had quality. You had greatness. You had awesomeness. You had the fans. You had money. Ever since James Gunn came in from Marvel and Disney, what has been going on? You keep losing money. You've lost fans. You divided your fans. There's no such thing as supporters of James Gunn because they're all sick and twisted. And what you're doing? Losing money. Wow. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is why I see why David Zaslav wants to try to sell the company by the end of the year. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The thing is, WB is in a situation that they've pretty much screwed themselves. How? Because they have a contract with James Gunn. So that contract, I think, expires in 2026 or something like that. Notice how James Gunn is rushing trying to greenlight things. But all those things is just so he could try to cause some type of excitement for people can be like, oh, I'm ready for the new DCU. I can't wait. Majority of the projects that he's talking about are not even going to come and happen. It's just not. The Batman 2, you can kiss that goodbye now. Two things are going to happen to it. They're going to keep on delaying it. Notice how they delayed it again until something 2026, 27. Eventually, there's not going to be none. Matt Reeves is going to get tired and he's going to be like, you know what? I have other projects, probably some Planet of the Apes project or something. And he's like, yo, I can't do it no more. My time is completely already filled up, my schedule and stuff like that. So another delay, what, another 2 years? That's already what, more years to it? Until eventually it just fades away. James Gunn is just going to be there to prevent all these good things from happening at WB. He's going to try to screw over Matt Reeves. He's already screwed over Zack Snyder for now. But we, the fans, are going to come out and defend Zack because we're going to get him at the box office. You think Joker 2 was bad? Ha! Get ready because you're about to see a real change in history. We, the fans, made the Snyder Cut come forth. We made it possible. That's forever going to be in WB's history for DC. Forever. It could be the year 3000. I'll be gone by then. And people are still going to be talking about it. Hey, you remember back in 2020 when that pandemic was going on? Yeah, what about it? Yeah, you ever heard about the fans that they were able to make the Snyder Cut, the famous Snyder Cut? You know, that it was a director's vision? Oh, yeah, I heard about it. Rumor has it. They're still going to be talking about it. You know why? Because that's what quality does. And then they're going to be looking, oh, yeah, remember that bozo, that clown, that lunatic, James Gunn? Yeah, whatever happened to him? Oh, no, nobody wanted to work with him anymore because he completely destroyed the company. See what I'm saying? That's going to be James Gunn's legacy. The legacy that nobody cares about. It's crazy. This is why you see all these little trolls coming out from James Gunn trying to pick a little fight. They just bark. They're like little dogs that bark. You can't have an opinion about them because then they go and make a useless, pointless video. Like I have this one stalker that constantly I can't give my opinion because he goes and makes a whole full video about my opinion. Like if I'm having a conversation with him, nobody cares about your opinion. That's the difference. The problem is with WB that they have given up quality because of their ego. Just like James Gunn. WB's ego is just like James Gunn right here. This one right here. But look at what this is what James Gunn produces. Flops, flops, flops until eventually it's going to be out. But that's okay to move forward with, right? We can't move forward with quality with Zack Snyder. This is all a no-no, right? Make it make sense, WB. Make it make sense. It's okay to move forward with this right here, right? This whole circus right here, but it's not good to move forward with quality right here. And you know that there's a huge fan demand. Oh, but then it's okay to go ahead and try to milk the Snyderverse because you need funding for your DCU, right? That's a okay, right? You can go ahead and milk us to try to fund this. And even that's not working. Because look at where your money's at. A studio that has lost respect after 100 years. 100 years, this is what you get. This right here. Whoever buys this company needs to do a massive haul. I wish I had the plugs and the money because the first thing I would do is go public and fire this clown right here, James Gunn. Next, fire this other bozo and tell everybody, you know what? We apologize and we're going to move forward and we're going to restore the Snyderverse. We're going to give you what you've been asking for years. And along with that, we're going to keep on doing more projects. Everything else from before is a thing of the past. It doesn't exist anymore. Now it's time to make money. Let's give quality to the people. That's what you need to do, WB. Stop playing around. Start listening to your fans. Do what you need to do that's going to help your company. At the rate that you're going, it continues to tank. It continues to go down. It's not working with the Marvel formula. It's not working with James Gunn. It's not working with what you think is best for business. We know what we want. That's why your profits and your stocks are so low. It's insane. We've been telling you, you could prevent this. You still have one last chance to redeem yourself, but you don't want to do it. That's crazy. It's completely an embarrassment. And we the fans will continue to make history because we got the Snyder cut. We have made all your movies flop, and we will make in history Superman tank in 2025 because enough is enough. You think you're going to go ahead and give us a funny poop fetish type or whatever raunchiness you're trying to quote unquote cook with James Gunn? We'll get you at the box office. Crazy, but that's a fact right there. All right, so this is my time for y'all. I'm glad that y'all tuned in. I saw a lot of people coming in. So, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, baby. There's no stopping us. WB knows that we will stop at nothing. And James Gunn knows that he's done. He knows it. He knows it. I'm sure that everybody on his team, they don't care. They're just kissing ass to him because they're getting a paycheck. So they're like, hey, yeah, it's going to be good, this and that, blah, blah. And when it comes out, get ready. Get ready because we're on standby also. When the trailer for Superman comes out, get ready to dislike the shit out of that button. Get ready for it. And James Gunn knows it. Don't be surprised that they disabled the dislike button. I'm telling y'all right now. If you see when Superman comes out and they completely censored the dislike button, you're gonna remember me. You're gonna be like, damn, CS was right. How the hell he knew? Because I know bullshit when I see it. And that's what they're gonna try to do. I'm telling you. It took a week for Creature Commandos to hit 1 million views. 1 week. We're gonna make James Gunn's trailer take a month to hit 1 million views. Crazy. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching all that good stuff. I'm about to get going. Y'all enjoy your day wherever you're at, whatever side of the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for following. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, all that good stuff. You guys give me the energy and the motivation to keep on going. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. In a community where we can talk, say what we feel. Everybody respects everybody. And of course, 2 or 3 are going to be within the crowd, but I'm here to regulate that. And we're going to be doing what we have to do. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and we will continue to stay united. And that's what they don't want. WB and all these fake fans don't want us to be united. This is why I'm telling you, now more than ever, stay focused. The way that Batman told Alfred, Faith, Alfred, faith. We will get the Snyderverse. That's what's next on this whole thing that's happening with WB, because they need a backup plan. If they don't want to sell their IPs and sell their studios, whatever it is, it's not a coincidence that Zach is back and David Ayer are back. It's not a coincidence, people. I'm telling y'all. It's happening. It's happening. We just don't know about it, but it's happening. They're preparing the foundation for when Superman tanks, and probably Matt Reeves is going to probably drop out and be like, you know what? I'm not going to be in this madness anymore. That's what's going to be. The Snyderverse is the next thing. All right. So y'all have a good one. I appreciate y'all for watching. All that good stuff. Continue to share, like, comment, blah, blah, blah. All that good stuff, And as always, until next time, we will stop at nothing. Restore the Snyderverse. Release the air cut. Y'all stay safe. Thank you for watching. And until next time.